Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today the topic of our lesson is direct and inverse variation of Unit 3. We will cover pages 53 till 58. Summary of the lesson. We will find out direct and inverse variation. Also we will discuss different types of proportions. Quote of the day. Winners are not people who never fail, but people who never quit. At the end of this lesson, students will be able to define and calculate direct variation, inverse variation, third, fourth, mean and continued proportion. The word variation is frequently used in all sciences. There are two types of variation, direct variation and inverse variation. Let's discuss direct variation. If two quantities are related in such a way that increase in one quantity causes increase in the other quantity, then this variation is called direct variation. Symbolically, direct variation is written as y is directly proportional to x, or when we remove this symbol, we will have a constant k, y is equals to kx, and from this equation we will find out the value of k by dividing y by x. This symbol is read as varies as, and it is called sign of proportionality or the sign of variation, while k is known as constant of variation. For example, faster the speed of car, longer the distance it covers. The smaller the radius of the circle, smaller the circumference is. And the more you concentrate on lecture, more you understand the concept. Let's discuss example number 2 on book page number 54. In this example, if y varies directly as x, we have to find out an equation that connects x and y. We have to find out the constant of variation k and the relation between x and y when the values of x and y are given. Also, we have to find out the value of y when x is given. Let's start solution. According to the given situation, y varies directly as x. That means y is directly proportional to x. When we remove the symbol, we get constant k. And the equation y is equals to kx is the equation number 1, where k is the constant of variation. By putting x equals to 7 and y is equals to 6 in equation number 1, we get value of k, and by putting the value of k in equation number 1, we get equation that connects x and y. Now putting the value of x, that is equals to 21 in equation number 2, we will get the value of y. Task number 1. Now students, you have to do question number 1, part 1, 2 and 3 and question number 3 of exercise 3.2 on your own. Question number 5 of exercise 3.2. In this question, according to the given situation, v is directly proportional to r cube, whereas the value of v and r are given, and we have to find out the value of r when the value of v will be given. With the help of these two given values v and r, we first find out the value of k, then by putting the value of k and v, we will find out the second value of r. As given, v is directly proportional to r cube. By removing this constant of proportionality, we get v is equals to k r cube. By putting v and r in above equation, we get the value of k. Now by putting the value of k, we get equation that connects v and r. We name this equation as equation number 2. Now finding r when v is 625, by putting the value of k and r in above equation, we get the value of r. Task number 2. Now students, you are required to solve question number 4 and 6 of exercise 3.2. Now the topic is inverse variation. If two quantities are related in such a way that one quantity increases, the other decreases, or vice versa, is called inverse variation. Symbolically, if quantity y varies inversely with regards to quantity x, then symbolically it can be written as y is inversely proportional to x. We will use the reciprocal of x here, and by removing this constant of proportionality, we get the constant k. By cross multiplying, we get the value of k. Example number 2 on book page number 55. In this example, y varies inversely as x, and x and y are given. With the help of these two values of x and y, we will find out k. So we will find out finally we have to find out the value of x when y is given. Since y varies inversely as x square, therefore y is inversely proportional to x square. By removing this sign of proportionality, we get equation y is equals to k upon x square, and by cross multiplying we will get the value of k. Now substitute values of x and y in order to find out the value of k. So we get the value of k, that is 400. Now by putting the value of k and y in equation number 1, we get value of x, that is plus minus 2. Here is task number 3. Now students, you have to do question number 7 and 10, 13 of exercise 3.2. The third and the final topic of today's lesson, that is third, fourth, mean and continued proportion. We will discuss all this proportion one by one. If quantities A, B, C and D are in proportion, then A ratio B proportion C ratio D. Then as we know that product of means is equals to product of extremes. Here means are B and C and extremes are A and D. Let's discuss third proportional. If three quantities A, B and C are related as A ratio B proportion B ratio C, then C is known as the third proportional. Let us try to understand the concept of third proportional by solving example number 1 on book page number 56, in which we have to find out the third proportional if two quantities are given x plus y and x square minus y square. We will consider third proportion BC. Then x plus y ratio x square minus y square proportion x square minus y square ratio C. That is A ratio B proportion B ratio C. As we know that product of extremes is equals to product of means, therefore we get this relation. And by cross multiplying and simplifying, we get the value of C, that is the third proportion. Now students, you have to find out solve question number 1 of exercise 3.3 part 2, 4 and 6. Fourth proportional. If four quantities A, B, C, D are related as A ratio B proportional C ratio D, then the term D is called fourth proportional. Example number 2 on book page number 57. In this example, we have to find out fourth proportional of the given quantities. Let x be the fourth proportional, so we will write all these four quantities in terms of proportional. As product of extremes is equals to product of means, so we get this relation. By cross multiplying, we get x equals to this. Then by simplifying, we get the value of the fourth proportion, that is x equals to a plus b upon a minus b. Task number 5. Now students, you have to do question number 2 part 1, 3 and 6 of exercise 3.3. Mean proportional. If three quantities A, B and C are related as A ratio B proportional B ratio C, then B is known as mean proportional. Now students, you have to remember that in mean proportional and in third proportional, we have three quantities A, B and C, whereas in fourth proportional, we have four quantities, that is A, B, C and D. Now we will solve example number 3 on book page number 57 to understand the concept of mean proportional. Here two quantities are given. We will consider third quantity or the mean quantity, that is M. Let M be the mean proportion, then A ratio B proportional B ratio C will be written like this. We get M square is equals to this term, and by taking its square root, we will get final value of M, that is plus minus 3 root p cube q square r raised to the power 4. Task number 6. Now students, you have to do question number 3 part 2, 3, 4 of exercise 3.3 to solve mean proportional. Final topic of today's lesson is continued proportion. If three quantities A, B and C are related as A ratio B proportional B ratio C, where A is first, B is mean and C is a third proportional, then A, B, C are in continued proportional. With this concept, we will find out the values of unknown in the given quantities. Let's solve example number 4 on book page number 57. In this example, we have to find out P if 12P and 3 are in continued proportion. Since 12P and 3 are in continued proportion, therefore 12 ratio P proportional P ratio 3 and product of extremes is equal to product of means. Here extremes are 12 and 3 and means are P. So by multiplying, we get P square equals to 36, and by taking its square root, we will get the final value of P, that is plus minus 6. Task number 7. Now students, you have to do question number 4 part 1, 3 and 4 for exercise 3.3. Again I am explaining that In third proportional, in mean proportional, and in continued proportional, we have 3 values, that is A, B and C. Fourth proportional, we have 4 quantities, that is A, B, C and D. Okay students, that is all about today's lesson. I hope you understand today's lesson. Thank you very much.